Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and yes, now you may have seen over the last few weeks, I've gotten a bit more proficient at the 3-star on Town Hall 12 war bases, but it hasn't come without practice. And of course, I have to give a big thanks to Tribe Gaming / Dark Looters for letting me hang with them for about 2 months and studying their attacks, recording every single one of their triples, and also, obviously, Lost Phoenix. So much practice, so many friendlies, hundreds, literally, of friendlies going on. And, okay, so what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about my practice getting a 3-star down. Now, of course, you can't practice really in War or in CWL, but in friendlies, it can kind of help you get more proficient at getting bases down. And right here, this was my first attempt at Havoc's base. Now, obviously, I got caught off guard right here, okay? We're going to admit, I didn't see that much damage coming to the Archer Queen so quickly, and it just didn't work out. So I realized, okay, so maybe I need to be a little more aware, and I'm going to come back in, basically starting the attack the same way. The Stone Slammer is going to open up that double layer of walls. That's going to lead the Archer Queen in with some funneling, E-Dragon, Baby Dragon on the right, and she should be able to get the high value area down right here. This is, you know, obviously where you want to be. The Eagle Artillery, Inferno Towers, the Archer Queen, the Defensive Clan Castle, and all of those things are going to get cleared out by the Archer Queen right here. And then that hopefully is going to set up a funnel on the far right-hand side with the Barb King, and then sending the miners down after the Town Hall. So we've got the Defensive Clan Castle out. We're working on the Queen, several other structures. You can see that the E-Dragon has done a pretty good job off on the left-hand side, and the Archer Queen, it's more or less gone to plan, but the Archer Queen really taken a long time to get through so many defenses right there. Now, the Baby Dragon, the idea was sort of that it would help funnel right here on the far right. That's where the Barb King is going to go, but here's the big problem. The Barb King would normally run down that right-hand side, but there's really nowhere for him to go. He's going to get stuck on one of those walls going after that elixir storage maybe, or he's going to run in off to the left, and it's not going to be the funnel that I wanted for the miners. I want those miners to have a narrow, like, you know, 3 building wide funnel, and I want all of those buildings on the right hand side to be cleared out. It's not going to work with the Barb King right there. You can see the Archer Queen, she's continuing to work. So here comes the Barb King. I drop him here anyway, even knowing he's not going to go really where I want him to. And sure enough, he heads towards the middle, and now this is kind of the fail of the right hand side of the funnel. What we end up with is a much wider spread of the miners than I'm hoping for. They're not going to just beeline for the Town Hall. They're going to kind of go off wherever they want, off to the right-hand side. It's going to make it tougher to drop the heal spell, and, yep, most of the miners, they end up going way off to the right and avoid the Town Hall completely. Now, of course, for an expert war attacker, somebody who's been studying bases like this for years, you recognize these things, and you don't experiment and fail, right? You plan these things out, and you know that these things could happen. So this was just not what I was hoping for, obviously, but I'm learning here, and I'm learning, you know, even when you do this and you fail, I think that it's a big help. It helps you get better at attacking, because then you can recognize other situations that are similar to this that might happen to you in other bases that you can't attack multiple times. So let's go back one more time, and this time I'm completely changing my approach right here. I'm going to send the Archer Queen in originally where the King was going, and this time her idea is to get the Town Hall down, maybe an Inferno Tower, defensive Archer Queen, defensive Clan Castle. If I get her in right, basically a straight line from where she is now to the Town Hall, we should be fine. Then, far left-hand side right here, the Barb King, that's a great path for him to go. Then the miners can go right after the Eagle. And this is one thing I'm learning. You don't always have to get the Queen charge to go after the Eagle if you can get the Eagle out early in the deployment of whatever else you're using, so it's not raining down repeatedly. So here we go, Archer Queen, and then this time the Wall Wrecker, and the path of the Wall Wrecker, important that it gets out ahead of the Queen. We know that she's going to start taking some of these defenses out here, but we want that Wall Wrecker ideally to get through 2 walls. Now, I wasn't sure that it would. I got lucky in that it did actually make it through 2 walls, and you can see we'll shortly be within range of the Archer Queen. The defensive clan castle comes out, and of course we drop an Ice Golem and a P.E.K.K.A. right in front of everybody else. That is going to give me an amazing freeze spell, and that's going to help things out for the offense pretty well right here. So on the right-hand side, that was just a baby dragon to, I don't know, that I guess was kind of a waste when you really look at it now. And the Archer Queen, she gets the Town Hall down. She's got the Clan Castle down. She's going to get the Tesla. She's going to get this defending Archer Queen. A bit of a bonus, she goes right after the defending Barb King as well. So this really works out. These are all of the key structures and defenses that I've taken out already. And then I was kind of surprised. She went after the Eagle Artillery. So I'm just going to say that was a huge bonus. I did not expect it. Once I kind of got her into that quadrant, I was just hoping she, even without the Eagle, if she takes down one or two of these 3 Inferno Towers burning on her at the same time, and 3 or 4 Expos. So it was a massive amount of damage that she's about to withstand. But in the meantime, we've started the Barb King going down the left-hand side, and now we see where the path is that the miners are going to follow. We've got this straight ahead, and then they make a right turn, and hopefully the Archer Queen gets a couple of these Inferno Towers down. Now, even with the Rage spell on her and the miners, I had to use her ability. Then they stand on a giant bomb. She doesn't quite get as far as I had hoped, but in come the miners at about a minute 30. So we dropped the miners around a minute 30, and there we lost the queen. You can see we lost the queen on the right-hand side, and she left this Inferno Tower. Remember that Inferno Tower, because that, well, that's unfortunate. So let's check out the path of the miners. You can see they should do well, turn the corner here, hopefully to the right, and not end up all the way in the back. The Barb King, if he can get out ahead a little bit, I've already used his ability, he's going to help keep those miners kind of turning to the right. And you'll notice, of course, the Tesla farm popped up here. So a pretty good heal spell is going to keep the miners healed up right here. I still have the Warden's ability and a couple more heals. So watch as the miners move in. You can see the Barb King at the top of the screen doing a great job. We are at 60%. I hit the Warden's ability, and I'm trying to get better at not overlapping Warden ability with heal spells. I realize that that's kind of a waste. You're doing, you're preventing damage and you're healing at the same time. Unless they're really badly damaged, you don't need to overlap a heal spell until after the Warden's ability has expired. So that maybe not ideal. Then the miners, they go out towards the back door at this point. Lots of high hit point structures out there. The Barb King has turned the corner, but at 80% damage, we're down to just 30 seconds remaining. So you can probably guess where this attack is headed. We're close, but we know with that last set of elixir storages and the multi-target Inferno Tower, things are just not looking good. And yes, it is obviously at this point going to be a time fail, but I feel like the plan went pretty much on point. This is almost exactly how we wanted it to go. The Archer Queen did go after the Eagle, where I expected her to go into the core and take out an Inferno Tower or two. So, all right, there it is. 93% against Havoc's base, and it's time to give it one more try. Now, we know that the last attempt worked out pretty well. So I think that the approach was correct. So we're going to take that same approach, and this time not waste quite as much time. So check it out. Archer Queen, again, she's going to go right for that Town Hall. Wall Wrecker is going to help her out. The balloons are down to make sure the healers don't get popped by Seeking Air Mines. And in goes the Wall Wrecker. It does get stalled on the Dark Elixir storage. That would be another finesse thing that really, really good attackers do, and that is planning exactly the path of your Wall Wrecker, knowing exactly what tiles it's going to cross. It does get in, and again, just barely gets the second wall open perfectly. And now check out the Electro Dragon this time. It's cleared more structures just to the Archer Queen's left. Out comes the Clan Castle again. There's the attacking freeze spell. There's the rage spell, perfect on the Queen and the healers. And this time, the Archer Queen is going to stay in this core, not only taking out the Town Hall, not only taking out the defending Clan Castle troops, but now she obviously is going to move on to these other defenses to the right. Now, we are starting the funnel on the left earlier. You'll notice we're over 2 minutes left in this attack. And even though that means the Eagle is active, I thought, you know what? Hey, this is going to work out better because we're not going to time fail. And sure enough, what do you know? The Archer Queen takes out that doggone Inferno Tower on the right-hand side first. Now she's going to get the defending Archer Queen. Now this time she doesn't get to the defensive Barbarian King or the Eagle Artillery. But again, my theory was, well, we've got the King moving down the left-hand side. Notice that he's going to draw fire from the Cannon and the Archer Tower on the far left. the miners are going to go right in down the middle, and one of the first things they'll do is take out that pesky defensive Barbarian King and get onto the Eagle Artillery shortly after. So again, those ground targeting defenses going to be distracted by the Barbarian King. That's going to help the miners get in there, and I drop the Warden. Check out the Archer Queen. She's doing a great job. She is still up in there. We've used her ability. We got through a second Inferno Tower, and she's also taken out some Expos, so great value over there from the Archer Queen. Now again, it comes down to the timing and placement of the heal spells and the Warden's ability. The Barb King way off in the distance already, and check it out, as we lose the Archer Queen finally, the healers, they're going to move over and try to help out the miners, and you can see the remaining pathing right here. Straight out, and then a right turn, heading for home, heading for the 3-star. This time though, the Barb King taking so much damage, I think he took some shots from the Eagle right away, and this time, because of that, he's not going to last nearly as long as he did last time. We use the Warden's ability about in the same spot, the heal spell more towards the tail of the Warden's ability this time, and this is it. The attack is out of my hands at this point. We know that we're more or less in a similar position to where we were last time we attacked, where we time failed, except for the very top of the screen. You'll notice there's a bunch of structures up there, but check out how the miners actually split up. This is something you can't plan. This is just a little bit of luck. A few of the miners go to the top of the screen. The rest of the miners continue on their intended path with the Warden in tow. So he's going to help them out with their hit points just a little bit. He's going to do some damage as well. And right about here, we get through down to 90% damage. Watch the top left of your screen. That's right. To the rescue. The rest of the miners are done with that top corner of the base. They've done their cleanup. They move down to join everybody else. And finally, it looks like we're going to get through every last structure with a bit of an overkill 3-star. Easily a dozen miners are still up and plenty of time left. After just a few attempts, we finally got the 3-star. And I feel like, yes, even though you don't get to practice like this in Wars or CWL, attacking like this makes you a better player. So as always, thank you for choosing to spend a few minutes of your day with me. I know your time is valuable, so get out there, make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to planets, animals, and the people and the planets in the air. Just be kind. Get out there, and I will see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. I got that part right.
Galadon, I'll be kind to the planets, but is Pluto a planet? I never know.